Begging, begging you, put your hands in love. Shit, I'm actually streaming. What's going on, jams? Hope you guys doing well. So happy Monday, good morning to all of you guys. Love for all of you guys that should be on the stream itself. What the fuck's going on here? So happy Monday, good morning to all of you guys. There we go. That's the problem. Yeah. So yeah, let's get cracking on this. If you guys caught the stream yesterday, it was an interesting one actually. For those who were on it as well, it was really interesting. If you watched it already afterwards, it was pretty sick actually. Scalped on the 15 seconds. Which motherfucker does that these days? So yeah, that was an interesting one. So I mean, I could break down on that 15 seconds and tell you a whole mad story about it, which probably take me about 15-20 minutes to do. It's not fair on you all because it's motivation, but it's not fair on you all because there's a lot of price action knowledge you've got to have behind before you step into that 15 seconds like scenario. I mean, if you hit target like where I was looking for extension, that'd been a fucking sick trade. I would have looked like a fucking gangster, but it is what it is, you know. Like, I made a couple of profits there off of like just a minute or two of work, and that was it. But when you get cracking, it's a Monday. Happy Monday to all of you guys. You know, like back to normal in terms of time frame. There's no cocking about and going to midnight in the UK time. That's not going to happen. I had a few things going on at home and bits and bobs, but we're back to normal. Okay, so that's going on. See, let's see who we got here. We got Lurok here. We got Balwinder. Jay, what's going on, man? Baronator over 9,000. Thomas is here. John Kaboosh is here again. We've got Balwinder. Good to see you guys. Critique, what's going on? Morning. Let's get cracking and let's do this shit. Yeah, you know how it works. What the fuck? Oh, is this pen? This is quite funny though. I saw this. I was cracking up to myself. I don't even like this shit. This pen has more utility than 99.99% of NFT project. I think NFTs, in my opinion, I think it's bullshit. I'm going to start it off like that. NFT is full on bullshit. What do you do with it? What do you do with NFTs? It's a complete scam. It's a massive scam because if you look at works like Leonardo DiCaprio, Leonardo da Vinci, and what you call it, Galileo, all these people. No, Galileo was someone else. But if you look at all these like famous Van Gogh and whatever, these famous artists as well. They have incredible artwork, right? But what do you do with them? Like Mona Lisa's hanging in the Louvre in Paris, right? And that's it. I mean, you just go there, you pay it, and you go have a look at it, and that's pretty much it. You appreciate the art, the effort, and you know the strokes and whatever. You appreciate that. And NFTs, I think, is the same bullshit, but even worse in my opinion. What does it do? Like, I don't know. I've got a few NFTs. It's a loss, right? And I think maybe I'm a bit too thick to understand. I don't know. Maybe it's me. But I don't see any point to it anyway. So let's just get cracking. Let's see what's going on anyway. So BTC. Right. We're going to break this down again. Right. I'm going to talk about this briefly. I'm going to run this down. It's a Monday. So with Mondays, you're going to be a little bit more like safe. A little bit more careful in terms of how you play this. Come Tuesday, we've got Monday's range. And then off we go. But I think I believe we can get a trade. Right. It'll be looking. We'll break it down slowly. You switched to late night streams. Yeah, I did actually. It's basically what happened was for me was I had some shit going on at home in it, some building stuff and whatnot, and I was doing the work behind it as well, like knocking down chimneys and shit. And I broke down the wall between the living room and the dining room to make it into one big room. And I was like, which is more precedent, which is more important than it? And I was like, okay, I've got to get this done. At the same time, I do want to do the streams. I'm gonna have to change the streams to the evening time. So yeah, cartoonized technology, the technology which is awesome. What the fuck? Sidioms, yeah, that's it, Sidioms. Alright, let's be cracking. It's gonna be a long one. Well, hopefully it's not a long one. Okay, so we got this weekly range, and I talked about it yesterday. What it is, right? And I've talked it over and over again. Range low. That's not right. That's fucking wrong. That is fucking wrong. Let's have a look. Weekly. That's why. Yeah, there we go. And let's just. I'm going to narrow this down actually. So the high comes into. Okay, now there we go. So the high comes into 21,888. That's for the high. That's not. It can't be. Because there's a fucking wick that doesn't even sit properly. Where's the high coming into this one? 21 years. Okay. 21.88. Cool. As you can see on the weekly, if I just take this shit off, you can see on the weekly, literally just range bound environment itself. You can see this high here has capped the market, and this low here has capped the market. That's all it is. It's literally we're playing in this range, right? That's a deviation and that's resistance. We're stuck in this range here, and until we break out the range on the upside, we're going to be in this range, or the downside, we're just still going to be in the range, right? Whichever direction it wants to play, it will decide when it wants to decide. Okay, we're just going to take it easy and play within the range. And I took a short yesterday or something like that. Yeah, it took a short yesterday. Made some good, decent profits off there. I'm in majorly profit. I'm looking to compound the position. I got asked yesterday about compounding, and I'll talk about compounding a little bit more, slightly more details, so you can guys understand, and hopefully that helps there. So nothing much to say apart from we're just stuck in this range. Okay, until we break out, it's just gonna be this range. Okay, that's the focus. That's the only focus there. Shouldn't be anything else. Okay, so when I draw my SRs for that, and that's it. Okay, now if I go on the hourly, as you can see, it's fairly very clean. It's a very clean range, really, if you think about it, right? Clean in what way? If you look at the mid range, right, it's holds a deviation. Once it gets up, support, resistance, resistance. Once it gets up, support, support. Comes down, gets choppy there, deviates from the range, comes back down, smashes into it, resistance, resistance, smashes above it, support. And then once we get it down, so this mid-range is key. So I'm pivoting my trade off the mid-range today. Okay, I'm literally going to pivot it off there to look for a compound opportunity to go a bit lower. Right, I'm looking to short because we're a range bound environment. The reason why is that in a range bound environment we tend to go from low to high, high to low, low to high, high to low, until we break out. Once we break out, we see whatever. We could do something like this and then step back into the range, and that's just a deviation similar to this. Control Y. Let me delete that shit. Similar to this is a deviation, and similar to this is a deviation. We just had a deviation of the ranges, and we step back into the range, and that's it. So once you deviate back in the range and you step back into it, then whether you're on the high or the low, you just play it to the opposite side. First target mid range, and then you play it to the opposite side. That's all you gotta do. It's really simple. I've been banging on it as many times as I can, and it's. But I think the difficulty is picking out the range. Difficulty is picking out the range, because some people, what they do is they'll pick the range from this low. Oh well, they wouldn't even pick this low. They probably will pick out this low here. Oops. Let me show you this. They will pick out this low here, and probably this high here. But you see this space over here. It's bullshit. It's a bullshit range. Whoever picks that up, you don't fucking know what's a range is, right? That's not a range. That's just a. You're looking for something else, right? Well, let's just do it. Okay, let's just do it. I mean, you can, but I like condense, you know, it's always about bringing the tightness into it. I mean, even the mid-range, like, that's the deviation of the mid-range, and then once we get back up, but the problem is, right, look at all this space over here. All this space that we have here, let me delete this for a second, so we can just focus on this. Look at the space that we have all from there to there. It's wide, it's very wide, okay? This is alpha, right? This is fucking education shit, actually, to be honest. And we'll continue with the fucking trade and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's very wide, and I don't like this. When things are too wide for me, like this wideness, I'm like, just loosey-goosey in it. You don't want to do loosey-goosey, you want something that's tight and firm in it. That's what it is. If you get what I mean. But like, it's too much, right? And then you're like, okay, so for me to enter this trade, right? I mean, if it wasn't for this block, it would be a different story, right? And obviously SRs and whatever, but for basic concept, right? It's just like, when you're finding a range is when price is playing within, from the high and the low. It's bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. That's what you're looking for. You're not looking for, like, this is swing low and swing high. That's what it is. This is swing low, swing high. You're not doing anything else, right? You're doing a Fibonacci of swing low, swing high, which is fine. But when you got dead space like that, it's just dead. I mean, even then, after, I think on the 4 hours, it bounced off a block itself, so it held as bullish, right, which is all fine. But I like to find ranges that test both sides of the market, down, low, down, and just keeps going. That's what I like to see. right? That's my way of actually finding a range, okay? That's a free alpha there, write it down, and just practice, you know what I'm saying? Just practice. It's similar to when I did the range over here. If you guys recall, back in, when I was in, before I went to Turkey, similar to the range over here, I literally picked out this supply and demand right here. I didn't focus on this high and this low. Yo, what the fuck? Does it not look like this? Does it not look like this? Look at this, right? Let me hide this shit, right? Sober Monday. Yeah, I'm sober. I'm sober. Once again. Sorry about the banging. Just some electrical works going on. John Cabrera says, regarding NFTs, cartoon technology, which is awesome. It is an awesome technology. NFTs. Don't get me wrong. I'm maybe shitting on it and stuff like that, but it's to me it doesn't make sense. That's my opinion as well. Everyone has an opinion. Yeah, it's just one of those ones. But yeah, Eid Mubarak, Rafe. Hope you had a good one as well. Morning, Dank. No, you're not late, man. You're never late. No one's ever late, you know, because well, families don't even kill anyone for being late or whatever. Okay, cool. But yeah, look at this though. Look how the price for action has come. People are thinking this is an Adam and Eve in it, and I've seen people make this mistake. They think this is the Adam and this is the Eve or whatever. I don't know. I've seen people make it wrong, right? That's the Adam and that's the Eve, alright? If we were supposed to go bullish, why the fuck are we coming down? Because all we did, we should have gone up and let's go. It's a failed Adam and Eve. That's a failed Adam and Eve. Just like the head and shoulders I had a look on Ethereum is a failed head and shoulders. It's a fucking meme, man. And then they play the range. That's it. If you're stuck with the range, right, from this high, from actually this high here to this low here, you would have made money, right? Because you're just playing within the range, right? That's all it is. Really, really simple. Okay, makes sense. But this, right? Look at this. You see, you got dead space here, right? See that sharp drop there, then it goes back and it bounces. And it does a curvature, right? And all this is dead space here. Look at this, right? I'm gonna leave this as a template. Hopefully, I can fit this in, right? I'm just gonna fit this in. Boom, motherfucker. What the fuck? Looks the same, doesn't it? You know what I'm saying? Looks the same. I think we're gonna go lower. If it was gonna go higher, we would have to reclaim the 200 EMA, which is about 22k-ish, 22.2k, whatever the bullshit number is. But you know, we didn't even. We just tapped it. It's a retest on the weekly. We rejected. It's a swing failure. It's fucking shit, man. If you're long, dude. Time to actually thingy. Time to actually flip bias if that's the case. But we're playing in a range, okay? Literally playing in a range, and so you play within the range, okay? You don't focus too much about anything else. All we're still doing, just like over here, right? Just like over here, when I was playing this, right? I was looking for something like this, right? So let me draw this line. So from there and here, right? It's a range bound environment, really easy to pick out, right? I was looking for something to get above. Oops, you do over here. Get above here, back into this range over here, this consolidation. Once it reclaims this, the consolidation, off we go. That's my trigger, and off we go. We're going to long it, right? Vice versa, we break down, retest, and then come retest of this area. Let's go down lower, and look what it does. I literally caught it slightly later. I did caught it slightly later because I was on holiday, but look, retest, bearish market structure, and off we go. We send it down lower. Understand? So the same principle that you got here, right, that we've done over here, can be applied up here, right? That's the break out the range, yeah? Otherwise, if you step back into the range, it's just a deviation. Capiche? Everyone understand? Now we're looking at the same thing from there to, let me try and do this. Yeah, same thing. I haven't done anything different. Literally, I just enlarged the fucking picture, innit? So I'm looking for something like this, right? Again, same thing. So we can get back up, come back into this area consolidation. Once we reclaim above it, let's fucking go 26k. Well, we need to take out these highs, and then look out for 26k, right? Then from 26 to 28k. That's more of a wider scale of bullshit, right? Or let me draw this out there so people can have a look. Or either way, we can look at it this way. So let's say this is the SR over here. We've got an SR over there. Price come back down. let it do its thing. If it range band over here, the moment it finds resistance, off we go. Right, so that's will be something like that from a trigger, target 1, and we go a lot more fucking lower, and off we go. Okay, that's the way we're looking for it. So it's now a deciding factor, right? How do you play the range? How do you fucking, you know, just do this thing in it? But in the meantime, while we're capped between this high over here and this low, we just play here. That's what we gotta do. Nothing else. Don't focus on anything else. Don't start telling your family like, yeah, buy Bitcoin because we're gonna go to 100k. Shut the fuck up. You're gonna make them lose money just like you lost money. Alright, as simple as that. Just play it level to level. Take it easy, okay? Burger. But check Burger coin also today. That's a meme, isn't it? I don't do memes, bro. I do memes from time to time, but that's a, I don't know. It's a pump and dump, dude. Be very careful. I mean, I'm gonna pop that up. Let's have a look. Guys, I am not buying burger, right? The only burger I'm buying is Dixie Burger, right? If you guys don't know what Dixie Burger, just freaking, let's have a look. Let's see. No, Dex Tools. Megan, you. Alright, let's have a look. I got that song stuck in my head, man. It's actually quite a good song, though. If it pumped, right, I swear to God, if you guys are in Burger, is it Burger Swap? Is that what it is? I'm guessing that's what it is. It's the only burger I can see. Yeah. Okay. On the daily. End of the day, right? I'll be honest with you, dude. Look at this, right? It's back in this consolidation over here. That's what it is. Nothing else. If you're in Burger, I say take profits now. That's in my opinion. Yeah, City is saying it. Burger is a way of manipulation. He is manipulating. Look at all this dead zone over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull this out. Can I do it? Change the colour. Oh yeah, I got it. Change the colour. Yeah, look at all this dead zone here. Look at all this fucking dead. It's dead. It's just slow dead. There's no fucking buying or selling. And look at liquidity. 8k. Don't fucking trade that shit. The market at 57 million, I don't give a shit, but liquidity is really, really low. That means like if you're gonna be buying into it, the people are dumping into you. That's what it is. Just don't do it, man. Honestly, don't. Look, someone's already sold 23 burgers. I mean, 23 burgers. But yeah, I'd say be careful. Be very careful of these shit coins. All shit coins that's on these BNBs and stuff like that. It's dangerous. It's very, very, very dangerous. We're in a bear market, guys. We're in a fucking bear market. We shouldn't be playing with any of these shit coins. We shouldn't risk anything at all. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna get wrecked hard like a motherfucker. Alright? You guys understand? Just be very careful. Don't play with it. Okay? And if you do play with it, that's your own, and you know that's by your own thingy, your own accord. And if you gain money, happy days. Lose money, well, don't freaking come to me. Or to all of us guys like Critique, Windows, the ones who call that burger, or Sidiums, or Dainks. Don't come to us. You know, like it's just be careful. I'm telling you, bear market's horrible, and everyone's looking for a relief rally. What if we don't get a fucking relief rally? Can do so. Why do we need a relief rally? What's so special about us for the market to give us a relief rally? We had time to sell, we never sold, right? Back at 69k, back at 50k, back at 40k, back at 30k, now at 20k, and you're like, let's go relief rally. Shut the fuck up, man. A relief rally will only come when it wants to come, right? Like I said to you, really, really simple. The only way that we can get some sort of relief rally is, let me just make this backwards, black. The only way we can get a relief rally is if we break this high, right? And then this, I'd say here, right? And do something like this. Then we can start going, taking out these highs. Once we take these highs and find support, then yeah, happy days, let's go. But until then, we're not gonna get a relief rally until like, this is heavy, man. It looks like the same PA that I showed you back a couple of minutes ago with the other one. So be very careful, guys. Like Critique says, buy a real burger. It's much better for you. You gain a few pounds, but trust me, it tastes nice. It tastes really, really good. So yeah, Dainks says, buy too much burger coins, end up flipping burgers at McDonald's. Buy keys at... Go for it, man. Enjoy your lunch as well, Critique. Jan's range, please, current. Let's have a look. like this year Jan. So that's January's range up to here. Nah, it's different though. I mean, I know what you're trying to say, but this one wasn't a sharp drop. Like obviously on the 4 hours, right? Let's have a look. 1 2. Yeah. See, I'm on the 4 hours. You can see that the PA is slightly different there. You see, we got such a sharp drop down here on the 4 hours, and then we tried to grind, and then we came back to curve it off. I mean, I do think we're gonna go down, in my opinion, because of the range band. I'm playing at range band environment, but looking at January's itself, it was just a grind. It was just a grind. I mean, like we had this area here. Oops, hide all this shit. We had this area, and it grinded back up, and this was all just like that. This was slow selling. This was really slow selling, which is dangerous. Slow selling means that there's going to be a massive drop, and look what happened here. We dropped down there, right? So we dropped from 43k to like 30, I think it's 32k or something like that. That slow selling is dangerous. Fast selling is better to play, right? It's like, okay, it's not too bad. We're not gonna have a fat ass motherfucking drop of a godly candle kind of thing, but thing is, when it comes to thingy, and same thing was fast selling, so fast buying. You know when you get a massive spike up, let me try and find out some spikes and shit. So when you get a fast spike up, fuck off, man. Why is this happening? There we go. So yeah, see right here, this fast selling right there. Oh, sorry, fast buying. It was fast buying, come back up, slow grind it up there as well. But we got all this inefficiency. If anything, we need to actually retest this area here, this high there, right, and reclaim it. And did we reclaim it? Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look. We do, all the way through. Where the fuck did we lose it? Go a lot more higher. And then this, the moment we start breaking down, see bearish market structure, up, down, just slowly bearish market structure. And I think, yeah, we found support, or it was something like that. Support, deviation, blah, blah. The moment we lose this low here, this area here, when we lose this, that's your entry, stop loss. You can put a hard stop there, and off we go. And you can play this all the way back down. So the SRs are quite important, the range is quite important. You play it all together and it all makes sense, okay? So when it comes to where we are now, let's just focus on current price action, because January is January. Today is fucking July anyway, so let's have a look. Like I said to you, we're playing in a range. We'll just stick to the range environment, okay? So oh yeah, that's it. Let me get my weekly range back in. One second, guys. Give me 1 second there. So yeah, so 21.88. That was the range. Right. Let's just focus on where we are, and let's just start breaking down this down. Okay. So we just spent a little bit of time and shit like that. And oh yeah, this is the play that I played. All right. Smash the likes, everybody, man. Show some support, man. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I was saying yesterday, I had a tweet out yesterday, I was saying that once we get below this blue box here, right, it's going to be bearish. We lose the blue box, like as long as we're above the blue box and hold, we're bullish, we can go back up to this high, and then we'll see if we can go up to the here, and then we can reclaim it level to level. Okay, so level to level play, nothing else, okay? And I did have a plan. We come back down, start retesting it, break it down, let's go, alright? We come back to target 1, target 2, right? Not drawn the scale, but approximately. Now, I entered the short very aggressively, okay? And I was getting a lot of DMs about that, like, yo, how'd you do this? Why'd you do that? You had a plan there, this and that. Listen, what the fuck? The way I fucking trade is the way I fucking trade. If I want to be aggressive, I'll be aggressive however I want to do it. There's nothing that no one can do about it. No one's going to stop me from doing what I want to do, okay? It's simple as that. When I enter a trade, it's my trade, okay? I enter an aggressive trade based on what I believe from my experience, okay? You're not here look, this is not a signal call, right? Like, this is not a signal shit. I'm not you know, signaling anything as well. What, you're not here to actually copy, because if I get it wrong, it's your loss too. It's your loss. Now, what I do is look for plans for confirmation. Confirmation is what, when we lose this low here, right? So now that we lost all this, yeah, you can say, yeah, I could have actually entered here and then make all money here. No, because what if I was wrong? Because we could have actually bounced up there. I was ready to actually take a loss of 1R. I'm prepared to lose. Like, if I'm risking, like, let's say I'm risking $10,000, right? I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying I have $10,000. I'm just throwing a number like that. If I'm trading off $10,000 is 1R, and I can afford to lose $10,000. The question is, if you're risking $100, can you afford to lose $100? It's very different. You know what I'm saying? The number may be different, but it's the risk management. It's where we set apart from each other. Risk management is key, right? So don't look at because really it could have bounced off here and held above it, and I would have lost that money. And then you guys will be like, yo, dang, you motherfucker, you fucking cocksucker, and this and that. I'm like, listen, guys, chill out, man. Right? So now, and I did say, if we break down below it, we can start going a lot lower. Now that we've broken this low here, right? What is this? What is this blue box? It's the hourly block. Came as resistance, got up. It was all choppy there. Found support. We shan't below it now, and which means this block here, if I'm right, if this is so important, we should tend to actually find resistance, break down, and let's go a lot more lower, right? So then we can still enter the trade with a cleaning validation, playing it back to 25% of the range, and monthly open and range low. And from there, we'll see what happens. Okay? Understand? So just take it one step at a time. No need to rush. So, in terms of the trade itself, now I'm looking for this now. Let me go on 15 minutes. Let's have a look. I'm gonna delete that. That was a scalp. That was a scalp. I did 6.5 on that. That was a fucking scalp and a half. That was. So there was a few levels I was looking for last week in regards to this, right? I was saying we could get an extreme pullback because it could be this. This is where it's really important now. We're going to talk about both the bullish and the bearish plan, because what we've done now, we've all now, which is a make or break. I'm going to have to my stop loss is actually now above the blue box, above that high over here. That's where my stop loss is brought down to. I haven't added a position yet. I haven't compounded on nothing yet. I'm waiting for a signal, because what I discussed last week, right? One of the days, I can't remember when it was literally this. So we got a range band environment. When you play ranges, you play high to mid, okay? To mid. Now what I'm looking for, right? I had these blocks over here, these lines over here highlighted. Now the important why, because if we hold above it, we can go a lot more higher, and then target 1, target 2, and then let's see if we can take out these highs and stuff like that. There was two sets of like pullbacks. There was one off here, but we've lost it. We found resistance here. The other one is here. You see this? All we've done is some sort of deviation, a big ass deviation. If we hold a bit above it, I will see how we react off this area, the mid-range. The mid-range is going to be important. If we start rejecting off this area, like rejecting off here, around this area here, this area there, right, and come back down. If we lose bearish plan, if we lose this, right, then I'm like, all right, let's take this to that. So I'm very cautious. I'm playing this level to level. Let me just do that all over again and get a bit more close, okay? Because this is where we need to be a bit more particular, you know what I'm saying? Very particular. So we know these levels here, these line levels. Everyone understand them, right? If you don't understand them, just go back a couple of seconds ago and you'll understand it. So now I need to focus on what I'm looking for, okay? I'm in the trade. I'm happy about it. If I'm predicting that we're going back to range low, we're going back to range low. But it's very important what we do here, right? What's important is this, okay? So we know I'm gonna fucking get the pen, yeah. So this and this. Let me fucking start mixing a few shit in there. Put a different color, right? Put red, pink. I think that's pink. I don't know. Right. So this high, this low here. You can see it's a range band environment, right? Now, we'll make or break. We'll see what happens, right? Let's just say let's look actually, yeah, let's look at the bullish scenarios, right? So if we hold above it, right? Where is it? It's black. Right, if we were to hold to be bullish, right, let it do its thing. The moment we break out of this, right? Play back to this, and then hold into the mid range. Okay, you can play a scalp trade from literally. You can literally play a scalp trade off here, right? From this range high to this range low. In what way? Let it bounce into it, hold it. Then we can say this is the confirmation, right? Here's the confirmation to play back to this level here. Taking that stops there and taking out this here. I'll probably take TP1 over here, right? So let me just draw a line so you guys can see. TP1 will be here. That's TP1 just before the highs, and then the range high. Okay. So 1 and 2. That's the scalp play there. Then if we start to go, then once we get back above it, we'll see what happens. See how we react to the mid range. The mid range is going to be important. Do we reject off the mid range and break down, or do we reclaim? When we reclaim, right? Once we start reclaiming, would I long? No, not yet. I wouldn't long. I long once we step back into this blue box here. Once we get back into this blue box, let me just draw this a bit more nice and neat and shit. Let it do its thing. Once it steps back into this blue box and holds it off this high here. So let me do this again. So very, very particular, you know what I'm saying? So it's very, very careful, right? So once we can back, get above fucking black line. There we go, black line there. Now, get back above it and hold it, right? This will be my trigger to play the mid-range of this area, which is probably around 2100. From there, we see that's target 1. This will be target 2 over here, around here, and then we see we get to target 3. That's the trades to go all the way up. That's the bullish trade to play this if we could actually go up higher. Okay, and we see we can take out yesterday's high. Actually, no, that's not true. Yesterday's high was over here. Something like that. I think it was over there. But you see we can take out this swing high over there. Okay, so that's the bullish. Now, like in terms of a day trade plan, there's scalps plays and whatever. Now let's just remove all this and then look at the bigger picture and say, yo, okay, cool. If we get above this blue box, right? Because once, really and truly, once we step into this range here, this can now say that's a deviation of the mid range. Because it's a deviation of the mid range. If we don't reject off it and break down, it's a deviation. As long as we hold this mid range, it's a deviation. That's what it is. That price action that we're facing right now, it's a deviation. But if I want to be mega bullish, right, and I'm like, yo, okay, now I'm ready to go long, we have to get back above this blue box here. The moment we get back above this blue box, then we can start saying, yeah, we can start playing this target over there, and then going up to 21,800, right? Something like 21.9k. That's when we say, okay, we're bullish. Then once we break out, hold above it, let's go. Understand? So that will be like the trade. That's the bullish plan. Everyone understands? Any questions? Bearish plan is this now, okay? Because I'm looking for this area, because once if we can reclaim this, right? Reclaim this and hold above it and start reclaiming all the way up there. What that is, this is now filling all this this inefficiency. See this little area? How do you get the pencil to draw, bro, instead of the dead brush? That's another app. It's called Epic Pen. That's what I'm using. Epic Pen. But yeah, so it'll be what that is, just a pullback, right, and then to break out to go to a lot more higher. That's all we're looking for. Because I did mark out a plan before. You're welcome, Vivek. I did mark out a plan before in regards to actually having a deeper pullback, and I was looking for this pullback, and this pullback here. We've done that. Let's see if we can actually reclaim it, or is it bearish, right? But to me, I'll be honest, right, with the way things are looking, I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he does do it, if he does have that bullish plan out and he works out. That'd be quite cool. I don't see why not. But end of the day, let's see what happens though. I mean, we can actually hope and wish and whatever, but it's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Now, I'm in a short right now, right? At the moment, I'm in like how much? Like it's what? It's a 6-hour trade at the moment so far. We're going back down. Let's see. Remember I told you? I might fucking take that trade actually. Don't want to make a plan. Let me mark out this line. Mark that green so I know to long around here. Let's see how he goes. I'm going to bring it on the other screen when I'm chatting to you. There you go. Anyway, so the bullish plan is this, right? Let's still got some. Yeah, man, fucking let's smoke, man. You might with me. Yeah, fucking let's smoke. Let me open the window. Bear with me just a moment. Smash the likes, everybody. If you don't mind, show some support. Big love to all you guys. Really appreciate you guys actually being here as well. Yeah, we're just gonna fucking kill it, man. You know how we do. Okay, then let's have a look. Now the bearish plan for me to compound on this motherfucker, and for you guys to jump on the trade if you haven't jumped on the trade, not a problem. We're looking for this now. Okay. We're looking for a push back up, right? Preferably, I would like it to come back into this blue box here. That'll be a deeper pullback. Let it do its thing. I mean, like, you can do all this. Price can do all this, right? Whatever it wants to do. Once it breaks down here, this will now be my confirmation to enter the trade, and then I'll bring my stop loss. At the moment, it's above here. I'll bring my stop loss to here, and whatever. And because I'm in profit all the way here, whatever my profit is, right? I'll add that risk back on. You understand? So, Roman's asking you, are you strictly naked price? Bro, I like anything naked, man. Well, not anything, come on. But I like naked stuff in it. But price does all the story, man. It really does tells you the story. You don't. Sometimes news does actually. Sometimes news does have an effect as well. But then, like, sometimes you can already guess that it was going to go bearish as well. Like, for example, the ETF, anything to do with ETF on Bitcoin, that's mega bearish. So when you see ETF, oh yeah, they're planning to do an ETF, blah blah. Then you know it's bearish as well. By naked price action, I mean no indicator. Yeah, no indicators whatsoever. None. I don't use any of that. It's too much noise, you know. Already these fucking lines are noises to me. Already, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? So why overcomplicate it? Because now it's like the human mind. The human mind is just fixated on moving from one thing to another thing. And if you got too much shit going on, you confuse the shit out of you. Like, it confuses me in it, right? And I'm a very sporadic. Like, my thoughts are like sporadic. They're very, very fucking crazy. But if it confuses me, and I'm pretty good at actually maintaining composure, it's going to confuse a lot of people as well, right? Like, there are some, unless you experience, like really experience, or you're used to it, it's a different story. But I'm not. So I like naked stuff. The price action tells me the story. I just watch the candles, candle by candle, right? I don't sit at the desk like a fucking sado, like this all day, smoking cigarettes and fucking chatting to the computer, and look for a trade. I literally just thingy. I've got my lines marked and whatever, and monitor them. I just monitor it. So, yeah. Bearish play, I was saying, let it do its thing, right? Whatever it wants to do. Once we get back into this area, then time to short this motherfucker. Stop loss off here. I'll bring my stop loss over here, and I'll compound. Compounding is what? Is when I actually reduce my. So I'll bring my stop loss. It's now in profit. Let's just say I'm risking $1,000 here, for example. Let's say I'm risking $100. I'll have to be able to close this door as well. Otherwise, spells could go everywhere. Fuck it. But yeah. So let's just say that I'm risking $100 there, and now here, right, this area here, if I bring my stop loss down, is that I'm now if I get stopped out, my profit's at like $30, right? Now the position I add in will be bigger, so then I'm now risking $130. I'll add the position here to risk $130, which means if I get stopped out here, I lose one off, which is minus $100. That is compounding. Compounding is tough. It's very, very tough. But once you got your new invalidation, because my invalidation, because once we get below this mid-range, I'm wrong above here. Why? Because if we get back up there, it's going to stop me out. We're going to come back in there. What the fuck is it doing back in here? The breakdown here was the key point from... Oops, too much fucking drawings and shit. Let me just remove this. the breakdown here, right, would have told me that, yeah, I'm ready to go, like price is ready to go lower. But if it doesn't break down and reclaims up there, right, then you're like, okay, cool, I need to start looking to cut the trade. I cut the trade here because we're going to go a lot more higher, and and then I reduce my risk, right? So then if I cut the trade over here, for example, that means that this has now become a loss. So all this gain becomes a loss. But I've taken profits over here at the mid-range, actually. I took a decent portion of profits in the mid-range. I'm looking to add on the position because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm in profit at the moment. If I get stopped out over here, I'm in profit. Okay, but I will cut the trade if we start reclaiming and hoarding bullish price action because we're going to take out these highs. Especially, well, we'll see. I mean, a deeper pullback can come here, but we'll see what happens. Okay, level to level, and you know how it is. So yeah, I was saying that once we come down below here, too much lines and shit in it. Let me get rid of some of these stuff. Have you explained order blocks in any past videos? Order blocks are literally this, man. You're looking for the last high. I can explain in just a minute, right? So an order block is this. It's when you got like let's say, let me give you an example of an order block. 4 hours. Let's see if we can find some other 4 hours. I'll do it later. But basically, not even EMAs. I don't use anything. I don't use literally nothing. I mean, if I use like the EMAs, again, it's too much lines. I like horizontal lines. I may use a trend line, but that's about it really. That's as most like I'll go to. It's like once I become more experienced and I start playing around with indicators because I'm bored and shit, then I'll start playing with it and see what's up. And if it works out, I'll tell you guys. Trust me, I'll tell you guys. I'm not gonna hide anything about it. Okay. The order blocks is literally the last high that send the market down low. So for example, this is an order block here. You can see. Let me just remove all this shit and explain what an order block is. And then we continue with the bearish scenario. We've got a rectangle. This is an order block here. I'd say, yeah. Fuck it, now what the fuck happened there? This is an order block. You can see this is the last high that's in the market, the last high candle that's in the market down. So comes back in, retest, comes back in, doesn't retest it the first time, retest it the second time, sells off. So if you want to go short, right now, if you want to enter a short, your validation can be up here, a hard stop there. But once we come back into this, it's gonna take me out, right? And which is why I'm playing it level to level on a day trade basis. Okay, and that's an order block. An order block, it's bearish because it's the last high. This once we retest it, it becomes bearish. Retest it, bearish, right? So once you have a retest, preferably 2 retests, it shows you it's an order block because then once we come back up, right, and we take out this high, then it's bullish because with all that price action that we had over here, it's all gone now because then we've been looking to go a lot more higher because if price was supposed to be bearish, we shouldn't be taking out the highs over here and holding a support. If it holds a support, it's fucking bullish, right? Does that make sense? that's your order block there. We can talk about that. I can do that in the video actually, on the education platform when I do that soon. I still got to do that, but yeah. But back to the plans that we're making for bearish, right? So that's what I'm looking for, something like that, right? 50 minutes, right? But let me delete this. I don't need it. Let's say that it doesn't give us this action. It doesn't give us this action up here, right? And it breaks down. Instead, it decides to do like something like this from this low, right? And it decides to do this, comes back up, right? Does its thing, breaks down, and the moment it breaks down over here, then I'm like, all right, then this is my trigger, right? Whoops. Does this, right? It can well do that, and then it takes out this low here. Sorry about that. The camera's down. 1 moment. Fucking camera. 44 minutes and you're gonna fucking turn off on me, you bastard. What a fucking waste of space. There we go, we're back. Alright then, so I was saying, yeah, once we, price, yeah, once we do that, this will be my trigger to go a lot more lower, and off we go. Then I say, okay, I'm going to bring my stop loss a lot more tighter down, and then we play from this level, target 1, and target 2. What is this level? That's 25% of the range. What is this level? That's the monthly open. I'll take profits there, because if like I said to you before, if we're above the monthly open, we're bullish. If we're below the monthly open, we're bearish for the month, okay? And then we'll see what happens. Do we hold above it and then reclaim and go a lot more higher? Or the moment it's up shanking below, right, and find resistance, it's another trade back to range low. That's what it is. So you're playing it level to level. So these are the scenarios I'll be looking for. Being a bit cautious. I'm still in that trade in the Ethereum trade, the BTC trade, and I'm just going to take it level to level. I'm not going to rinse too much. I've made some decent amount of profits already. Actually, I made a really good profit actually so far on just on Sunday, and I'm just gonna play it level to level, right? No rush. It's a Monday. It can get a bit of fuckery. We can get a nuke, but our job is to monitor what price is saying and have a look at how it's working out and play it from that kind of range itself. Okay, makes sense, everybody? Still range bound. Nothing has changed. I mean, we're just gonna play it from high to low and nothing else, okay? And then once we break out of it, then we start looking at what the deal is. Do we go a lot more higher or do we go a lot more lower? Depending on where we break out, right? So which I've talked about at the beginning of the show. So Ethereum, you're welcome, Dank. Critique, how was lunch? What'd you eat? You eat anything nice? I think everyone wants to know what Critique is eating. So Ethereum, same shit really. Nothing's changed. I've got this range bound environment here. This is the again same range 2 weeks ago. Oops. Oh, I don't like this one. I like this pen now. I've really got used to it, man. Shout out to Goku-san and shout out to Bill. The low 3 weeks ago, the high 3 weeks ago, and we're literally just range bound here, right? And all we had one set of deviation, which is over here, right? Little deviation there, hold it, and off we go, okay? Back to mid-range, and all we've done, we did take out the highs over there. We've come back off this red line there. I can't remember what it was. I think it was on 5 minutes or some shit like that. And found a retest over there, sold off. And we're working our way back down. Come to the mid-range, and we lost the mid-range. And the question is, what do we do there? Do we come back down and go a lot more lower, a lot more higher, whatever, okay? Same time, right? What I've got is this. You see this here? I mean, I don't really need it, to be honest, now. Because, to be honest, it's like we're playing level to level, innit? I've got the monthly open here. I do think monthly open does get retested, right? Reason why, if you look here at the monthly open, we haven't retested. Once we shot up, right? It doesn't have to retest, but once we shot up, we came back down, and then we shot up even higher as well, okay? We didn't retest this purple line there. But we work it level to level, see what's happened, okay? This blue line here was last week's Monday's range, okay? Pretty much you can use the same range over here, but Fibonacci between this high and this low, the mid-range and the range low, and work our way down. But we got Monday's range, and then we can narrow things a little bit more neater and see what's going on, okay? Now, that's the Ethereum view. Again, there's no difference. There's no difference to BTC. It literally is a range bound play. I'll show you, like, in terms of. I hate when this happens. I know why. It's the scrolling button. Yeah. So we'll range from low to high, high to low, low to high, and then we'll go back down. That's all it is. Where would I get bullish? I'd get bullish if we break above, and hold above it, take out this high here. Bob's your uncle, long the motherfucker, let's go. Right, that's the mega bullish. If we can go up to 1440, which is previous all-time high back in 2018. Where would I be bearish, like mega bearish, is if we start losing this level here, break down over here, so retest of this area here, we play to this level here, right, that's the target 1, and then target 2, which is there, right, and then after that, if we lose it, look at 750, that's the area. So we've got space, we've got a lot of space for downside, we've got space for the upside. It doesn't really matter. We'll just play it as it comes, right? So that's the breakout play for both sides, and we're ready for that at either side. Whichever it decides to do, if you want to play the breakout side and be careful, by all means, it's all there for you, okay? Now we're looking for this then. Sorry about that. Bullishness, let's have a look. We look at this, right? The price action here. We'll come back into last week's Monday, alright? So now we're gonna start thinking about how we're gonna play this, alright? Cool. Ideally, I want us to go back up in terms of bullishness, hold it. See this? Yeah, let's have a look. Something like this. No. Control Z. This low here. Right, something like that. Once we do that, go back up, hold it as support. Let's long it to target 1, and that'll be target 2. This should be a confirmation for longs, target 2. Get back up, let's go to this area here, target 3. Oops. This area here is target 3. And then we'll see if we can squeeze it into target 4, taking out liquidity that we haven't taken out at the all-time high at 1280. Okay? And we got the breakout plan, which I will discuss. If we do that, we can long it. Okay, cool. That's the play. Really simple, straightforward, nothing too complicated. Okay, bearish play. Okay, it's this. Let it do its thing. Yeah, let it do its thing. Right, do its thing, whatever it wants to do. The moment it can step back into this, breaks down over here. Then we can play it to target 1. This will be my trigger, for example. Target 1. Target 2, see how it goes over there, and then we can hold. If we hold above it and show bullish market structure, this is my trigger to cut the trade. But if we start deciding to shank down, right, and start breaking down, I'm looking at target 3, and I see. I think I'll probably go for target 3 at the monthly open, and I see how we'll react. Monthly open, do we hold above it and go a lot more higher? I cut the trade, but that'll be next target here to target 4. And all we've done, we played from this high here to this mid-range to range low. That's all we've done. So we've still got still got time to enter. We're just gonna play it level to level. Everyone make sense? It's really simple there. Nothing too complicated there. All we're gonna do now is just wait. Let it set up, do its thing. You can set up today, be perfect. We can take a trade. If not, wait for tomorrow. Okay? ETH. So ETH is bouncing off this area here, right? This here is a range low, the 0.554. I mean, confirmation, we start losing below it. Let's fucking go, man. Let's fucking send this down, back all the way to monthly open, and then we play a lot more lower. That's ETH. It's doesn't look good, in my opinion. It doesn't look decent at all. Ideally, what would have been good if we actually had reclaimed this. You know, when we come up there, reclaim this, then we can say, yeah, let's play it to these highs over here, and then we play it to this target over there. But we haven't. We've come back down. It's a swing failure off this high there. It's bearish to me, so back into here. We'll see what happens if we hold above it and go a lot more higher. But if BTC shits the bed, everything's gonna shit the bed hard. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be a little bit more careful with what's called it, with the market itself. Because if you look at dollar, for example, dollar's fucking bullish as fuck. There we go. Fuck this. Dollar says, suck your mom. Let's go. And dollar to me can go a lot more higher. I think 110 in my opinion. So let's have a look. And if dollar goes higher, everything's going to collapse. It's going to collapse even more. That's almost 4 hours ago on the weekly. Yeah. I'm looking at this area here, so 108 to 110, and we'll see how we react off the 110 area, possibly to here to 111. But once we step into this range, right? I mean, I can destroy it actually. It's about here. So if we step into this is distribution. This was previously distribution. If we step into this, we're now playing it from one level to the next level or to the mid range, and then we'll see how we get to these highs. But it is fucking bullish though. I mean, one can argue. I mean, can I do this? Some dumbass would have done this. Looking for a retest over here, something like that, but it doesn't work. There's a time and a place for trend lines, you know what I'm saying? You can't add trend lines to everything, alright? So memes are memes, you know? They're always going to be memes, but you've got to understand what these memes are about. So that's that. Yes. So look at yes. So daily. So yes, pushing up a little bit, but I think it breaks down now. Let's go on the 4 hours. Yeah, it breaks down now. That's it. I think that's it. It's over now. So we need to start looking for shorts. So if you see this area here, see that? Resistance, 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 sell off. Now all we gotta do is lose this level here, break down, and off we go, fucking mid-range, and go all the way back down. Once we lose this level, it's fucking game over, motherfuckers. Stock's gonna collapse the fuck out of it. And we'll make money on the shorts anyway, so it's not a big deal. So, but yeah, I think ES collapses. I think dollar pushes up higher. I think crypto's going to collapse, in my opinion. It is bearish, in my opinion, until proven otherwise. Does look good. Morning, Derry. Good to have you here. Smash the likes, guys, man. Show some love and show some respect. Show some love, man, to the channel. Your boy Dainks always here every day, Monday to Friday. Doing Saturdays now, or on a show called All Time High. I'm wondering, you know, on this All Time High show, right? Yeah, rest in peace economy. Yeah, we need to fucking get sent down. To be honest, inflation's too high, right? Like I think in America it's 8.6%, the UK is 9.1%, highest in 40 years, fam. What the fuck is that about? So it's begging for a recession already, right? That's this what you see here. This here, that should be a market rally. It doesn't need to go back up to mid-range. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to take this high. It's decided to go, you know what, 25% range is good for me. I feel like that gap over here, nuke the motherfucker out, because too many people are thinking, yeah, we're going to go higher. And here we go. So yeah. So it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, really, in my opinion. Too many people are banging on about this summer, July, this summer crypto shit and whatever. I don't think so. I don't think... it's hard to say. Seasonality in terms of dollar is very different, right? Like, normally, like, we'll be making for the higher the quarter, for example, right, and then dump down. But it's rallying as well. It's just really, it's a bad state at the moment. So you got play it level to level. Sorry guys, I'm yawning like a motherfucker here, man. What the fuck's going on with me? But yeah, you just play level to level, just take it easy, nothing to rush about. But I do think we're bearish, in my opinion. No, I don't see there's any reason why it would go higher. But no Solana summer this year? Of course not. They've been banging on that for 2 years, man. 2 years. When I was in Istanbul, I met up with this girl, right, and she's into the Solana NFT, right, and she even said it's like they've been doing it for 2 years, they're banging on it for 2 years, they're gonna have to have the Solana summer. And I go to her, but what if they don't? She looked at me, she was like, yeah, what a way to cheat and make me happy in it. I was like, no, I'm just gonna be honest in it. At the end of the day, right? If I think it's a no in it. The market doesn't look good. It's not good in it. And that was it. She was saying that she doesn't know what the price of Bitcoin is because she's so been focused into this NFT, so this Solana NFT and whatever. And I go, that's not good, you know. I go, I think this meeting is gonna go really really bad quickly if I say anything about crypto or Bitcoin and my views and shit. But bless her. But yeah, man, I think we're gonna have a Solana winter. Winter's coming, fam. Any question, guys? Anyone got any questions? Shoot them now. Damn, I need a fucking haircut, man. Shit, dude, I look like a fucking homo. Like a hobo. I really do need to have a haircut. Damn. It's getting long as well, man. Really, really long. So, you know, when you do work in the house and shit like that, you just don't have the time. Morning, Mohammed. How you doing, brother? You were speaking of the the all-time high show. Yeah. So I've got like I don't know how I'm gonna do this, right? Like if you could have a guest on the all-time high show, right? Like it's a podcast basically. We're just gonna, it's not really charts, right? We're just gonna talk shit. And if I could have a guest on the show, who would you like to be on there? Anyone in particular? Because then if you guys tell me what you guys want, I can try and make that happen. I'm not gonna try and bring in people that I like and I want to bring on. I just want to bring on people that you guys are interested in. Oh, but yeah, man, fucking hell, my beard's all a mess and shit. Someone asked me, do I cut these sides? You can clearly see it doesn't fucking grow. It doesn't grow in it. It just doesn't grow. That's just the way it is. SC, so, okay, so Thomas saying SC, you got Dainks saying SC, Safavan is saying XO. XO, right, he's a cool guy, but I don't, because when I get high or drunk in it, I don't think he does it. I can chat to him and try it. SC, XO, and NJ. That'd be interesting, you know, to bring all three of them at the same time, and just get crunk the motherfucker up in it. You know what I'm saying? Charlie, BC, Charlie, you talking about Gimbal? Anyone else, guys? Getting a lot of SCs here. I think. Oh fucking camera! 1 second. 1 second there. Jim Talbot. Cred's a hard guy to get a hold of. But I can see if I can make that work. I don't see why not. 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. Jim Talbot, you think do I mind posting the plans on Twitter? I don't mind. I really don't mind. I'll probably screenshot them and send them over. But like what I've done is more of a no, it's not stocked. It's literally the battery died. That's what it is. What I've done is like I've done all the plans there, and I will go through the chapters and then label the chapters and shit like that, so you guys can actually go have a look. But yeah, I'll try and put it on Twitter as well. Do you use the weekly range of 3 weeks ago until we break out of it? For instance, why wouldn't we use last week's range? Because each weekly gives slightly different lines, and I'm unsure when to change. All right, so like when I have a range, right? So let's talk about this ranges, right? So when I have a range, right? When I've stuck on a range, right? Just look here. Let's just bring up BTC. No, not that one. Let me delete everything else. Even Bitcoin dominance is like, I mean, Bitcoin dominance, if it gains up here, take out this high, this is a consolidation area, all this is consolidation, you can see, like, let me show you, fuck's sake, line, let's set this low here, this high here, you can see this little consolidation, this is a range bound environment, deviation, and if it comes back up, we're going to go a lot more higher, come back down, lose this level, let's go a lot more lower, okay? So that's also another aspect you can use to actually, you know, decide on the trade which way you want to go on as well. But yeah, so BTC, if I use BTC, change this. Now the reason why I use this range itself, right, even on the 4 hours, right, it's stuck. I've said this over and over again, and I'm going to say it again, right? And I will always say this over and over again, because it's the theory has never changed, right? It's never changed since the beginning of time, okay? Since the beginning of time, right? Price is always stuck in a range. It's always stuck in a range. Whether it's a monthly range, whether it's a weekly range, a daily range, 4-hour range, or 15 minutes range, there's a range. There's always a range, right? So these lines I show you, that I'm just showing you where price is capped of the high and the low, okay? Now, I don't use last week's high. Why? Because the majority of price action is within this range. The majority of price action is within this range. It's all in this range there. It's not in this range here, because we're making this new range over here. We're making new price action, and price follows what what the past has done, which is respecting these levels. So you can see clearly that 2 weeks ago, right, the levels are very respected quite highly, right? So if I look here, deviation, gets back up, shanks down, resistance, resistance, holds above it, support all the way here, support all the way here, we will shank down, resistance, resistance, shank above it, support, shank below it. So that mid-range is very, very key. Now I can use previous different like highs and different weekly ranges and whatever. It doesn't really matter, right? It's the way you want to trade it. It's fine, right? There's no wrong answer, right? That's the thing is, Joe. Like you have to remember, in trading, there's no wrong answer, right? What it is you have an idea. When you have an idea, you just play on that idea. That's what you're doing. Okay? So, like the reason once now I have this range, I leave this range until proven otherwise. Because look, when we got above it, right? We get a deviation, come back in, and we find resistance. We're wicked into it, wicked a number of times, well once and twice off the high. So that tells me it's a very, very strong level. So this low here is strong level. Why? We get back above it, come back down, right? So very fast way, resistance, all the way for resistance, resistance. We get back up, support, do a deviation, and off we go. So this level here, this low is key. You can say it's an SR. It's a key level. And because they're key levels, you stay, like, for me, I will stay with them until proven otherwise. Once we break out of it, right, and then go a lot more higher, then I look for another range. If we can break below it, then I look for another range. I see what the price is doing. I follow price, and all I'm looking for is price being capped at the high and the low. Price is capped over here. Why? Because this high is capped the market. It wouldn't allow it to go any higher to hold its support. Price is capped over here. Why? Because it wouldn't allow it to go any lower. Because when we tried to retest it, we couldn't break down. The buying power is so high that this has now become support. Does that make a bit of sense, Joe? It does take a little while, right? Don't beat yourself for it as well, because you know you say you're unsure when to change as well. Really, just it's all learning curve as well. But for me, when I have a range, like a range that shows me there's prices being capped in this area, I stick with the range. For example, I'll give you another range. I'll give you another range on the high time frame, right? I'm gonna go on the daily. Just stick with me, and you guys need to understand this now. This is another range. Can you see? That's the low. That's the high. Deviation, deviation. Came over here, the yellow open, support, support, shank down. That, and I haven't changed that range since March, right? Since April, I haven't changed that range. It's been there, and it's going to continue staying there until when price decides to do whatever it wants to do. Once we step back in and hold into it, then we play it level to level, and this range is it's macro range, so it's going to have a lot of influence. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't changed the range. All I've done is I followed price within the ranges. So within this range, I followed price over here. For example, I follow price here and here. Within this range, I follow price over here and here. Within this range, I follow price in here to here. Within this range, I follow price over here to here. This is all range bound environment. Everything, see, price is always in the range. When we shut down losses level, I'm looking for the next range. Before I didn't have this area here, I would use this high over here and use this low over here. And then that's a range. And as it establishes itself, then I can start narrowing it down. All we're doing, bro, we're just following the range. We're just following price. Literally follow price. Right now, before I had a range over here. See this blue line over here? This is a range over there. We were playing on this before I went to Turkey. Now we've got a new range over here. So you see how price has moved? It's always in the fucking range. Just gotta find the range. Price is in the range here. Range high, range low. Price is capped. Capped. Until we break out, we follow the range. Until we break out. Until then, we stay in the range. That's what it is. Okay? Does that make a bit of sense, brother? What is percentage of winning trades for good traders of which are not? It depends, man. It depends. It's what it is, right? It's not about like, to me, right? I like having a high win to loss ratio. And that's me. I'm very obsessed with, like, I want to be right. I want to get it right on the right way. Okay. But you can lose like 3-4 trades, for example, but just make it all back in and plus profit on one trade. So like, for example, like, you know that trade I took yesterday, I did this 10-hour trades. So if I lost like 7R over the week, right, I made 10R in one day plus 3R. You know, so I made the loss back up and then the 3R as well. So it varies on your style in it. So like, I mean, you don't need to win every trade. You don't need to have 7 or 8 out of 10 trades correctly. You just need a good, like, once you stop, you get stopped out. You need to reposition yourself, rethink, think to yourself. Let me take this off there. Yeah, you need to actually think to yourself like, okay, now I got stopped out. Why did I get stopped out? Right? Break it down. Break down the idea. Understand what you're doing, right? And what's it? What do you do to have higher win rate percentage? No, you don't need to move your stop loss, bro. Like, Marco, just chill out, right? You don't need to move any stop loss. When you have a trade, right? And what you do is you have your stop loss, and you have your target. Once your target hits, right, have several targets on the way down or on the way up. So once your target hits, then you can start bringing your stop loss, right? That's a win. That's a win. Because what you could do is hit target 1, bring your stop loss to break even. Right? If you get stopped out, it's still a fucking win. Because you hit target and just keep doing that, building that confidence. It's all confidence, dude. Do you calculate R after every trade? Yeah, every single time. Every single time. Well, no. After every trade, like, so basically, Marco is saying, right, like for example, your bankroll is $1,000 and you won $50 with R being like 1%, right? Is your next trade $10.50? Nah. I just stick with a number. So, like, for example, if I get to 1,000 and I'm risking like I don't know, like $100, for example, right? So in this scenario, it's $100 I'm risking, and if I make $100, right, it's now $1,100. I don't risk 110 in my next one. I just risk 100, because I know that, like, if I take the trade wrong, I know I'm quite happy with that $10. You know, it doesn't mean much, but it means a lot as well. And then once I get to like a figure, for example, like let's say 1,500, then I'll be like, all right, then let's work out the new risk now, because I now made 50%. I mean, it's a lot, but even 20%, if I made more, then I said, okay, now I need to increase the amount I'm losing, like amount of risking. Okay. So let's have a look at that. Vivek says, when you say R, how do you calculate? Well, this is a term of percentage, right? So 1R, for example, right? This is 1R. Let's just say, let's do a short, right? So we did a short, right? Let's say that we took a short over here, right? And I'm risking this, right? My stop loss is here, and my target is, let's just say, I'm targeting around this area here, okay? This low here, okay? Let's just say that, for example. This is a 2R trade. You see over here, it's a 2R trade. Now, the question is, how do you know it's a 2R trade? Obviously, this is telling me. But, for example, if I do like a rectangle, right? So, this is how much I'm risking. Like, this is my stop loss is 1 block. That's 1R, right? So, if I get this wrong, I lose 1R. And my 1R, let's say, for example, is $100. Now, for every block that it does, that's $100. This is because I'm risking $100. If I hit target over here, that's $100. Do it again. Do it again. That's another $100, right? Or a little less than $100, but that's another $100. That's $200. Do it again. This is now, for example, if I were to hold it, this has now become a 3R trade. And if I hit target over here, right, that's a 3R trade because there's 3 blocks here. And that's 100, 200, 300. Okay, that's what 1R is. Okay, does that make sense? So when I'm risking an R, for example, like I work out my percentage that I'm gonna on my portfolio that I'm willing to risk. For example, like 2%, 1%, 10%, whatever the number. Well, 10% is a bit high, but like let's say like 5% on a swing trade, 2.5% on a day trade, that kind of thing. And then like let's say 2.5% on $1,000 is no. How much is that? I can't think of the top of my head. I'm not really good at maths. Yeah, no. Anyway, let's just say that like I work out the percentage and it comes down to $100, right? And I'm risking $100. That's all I'm playing. I'm focusing on that $100. Okay, does that make sense? Do you never cut the trade before stop loss? No, I do cut the trades on before stop loss. There's many times I've done that. Many times I've done that. Some trade and oh, fuck off, man. Battery's fucking shit. I need to buy some new ones. I'm gonna have to call it a day in a bit. Can you guys hear me? Just about hear me? Just let me know if you guys can hear me. Yeah, okay, awesome, yeah. So let me just remove myself there for a moment. There we go. Alright, so yeah, man. Your battery's the bear market indicator, 100%. So what was I talking about, guys? I forgot Fuck knows what I was talking about. Oh yeah, about the R's and stuff like that. So that's what I'm risking for. Oh yeah. So do I ever cut the trade? Yeah, literally I do. So for example, like let's just say, price. We'll use this for example, right? We'll use this as an example. Now I'm watching this. I know this is range high, for example. My stop loss is here, so I've got a lot of breathing space to aim over here, right? Now price does its thing, and then it comes back up, and I'm in a loss now here. Now I'm looking at this SR. I will start cutting. I will cut the trade if we get back into this SR and hold above. If we do something like that, right? It's bullish market because this is now bullish market structure, right? Then I cut the trade because I don't want to lose the whole $100. So you just gotta manage it. Like managing the trade is tricky, but it just requires a bit of time and skills. Well, the skills you can build up quite easily. It's not a difficult skill. It requires a lot of practice, right? So there are times I do cut the trade, and there are times I just get stopped out. So I took an ETH trade on Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday morning, the UK time itself, kind of thing. Well, it was like midnight on Friday night. I got stopped out in one go. I didn't have to. I was watching it. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this. And before I know it, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna lose it, I'm gonna lose it. And I was waiting for certain areas, but instead it nuked me out, and I got stopped out. And there are moments that happens. There's nothing I can do about it. But I had my stop loss, and I knew I was wrong, and I was wrong. And then when it came to flipping the bias, I flipped the bias, and I took the short, and I made all that money back plus more. So I was quite happy about that, and that's it. You just play it level to level. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It's like people say that trading is hard. It is. It is difficult. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's easy, but you can do it though. You know what I'm saying? Each one of you here have the ability to do whatever you want to do. The only one stopping you is you in it, right? Don't listen to these knob ends. Like it's like look at these influencers on Twitter. I'm not shitting on them, but I'm just gonna be honest. I'm blunt about this, right? And if anyone's got a problem, just at me on Twitter or send me a DM. And I will apologize if I've offended you 100%. But I think it's very clear who the real influencers are, in my opinion. The ones who are in the bear market are the real ones. The ones who were here for the bull market and they disappeared, or just posting pictures of food, or has nothing good to say, or productive to say, or supporting to say, then I think you need to step away from Twitter, because you're not an influencer. An influencer is someone who has the ability to influence people, to help people for the better. You know what I'm saying? Not for the worse, not for the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see. So we're in bear market now. And I remember being in bear market. I know how shit it is. So I remember this really, really well. So my idea is that how do I actually help someone else the way I wish someone helped me? Because I'm old, you know. I'm getting to an age, right? Like eventually I'm going to hit 40, 50, 60, and I can't walk. There will be a day that I won't be able to walk. I'm in bed bound, and I want someone to help me out. But if I can't help someone now, then why the fuck am I expecting people to help me out in the future? You know what I'm saying? That's the way I view it, right? But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong in it. Like if you have a difference of opinion, please do say so. Just tell me straight up in it. Like say Dainks, you're a dickhead in it. Like you're talking shit. But like there's a lot of people who don't know how to trade. Trust me, bear mans don't know how to trade. The bullshit traders, you know. Well, there's some people who don't need to show P&L, but then the others, you're like, yeah, show a P&L then. You know, you're saying that you took a trade, but did you really take a trade? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here every single day posting these fucking plans day in and day out, Monday to Friday, every time, banging them out. And I'm following it with you guys. I'm showing it to you guys on Twitter. I'm doing all this stuff because at the end of the day, I know how it works. So you guys want to make some money. I get it. You guys want to make a better life. And I will always tell you this over and over again. The bear market is what makes you. The bear market, not the bull market, because you can come into the middle of the bull market, you make a couple of dollars here and there, but you're not going to make the explosive move. You know what I'm saying? The explosive move right now, it's here. We are in that moment where we need to make a difference. If you don't make a difference now, well then, how are you going to expect to get anything in life, you know? Hard work comes from you. So, like, just like what like Gimbal was saying in it, and even Dainks saying like I'm more of an inspirator. I appreciate that, guys. I really, really appreciate that. But like, I'm not here looking for recognition. I'm not here to say, yeah, Dainks is the guy. No. Fuck that. Like, in my head, I'm a king, right? There's nothing that no one's going to stop me about it. I know I'm the fucking best, right? I know I'm the best, and I'm going to be the best no matter what. But in the public as an influencer. I've got to show that how my skill sets that you guys have seen on Twitter and whatever during all these months before. How do I relay that onto a stream to you guys? You know, that's really important. The way I speak to you guys, the way I break things down, the way I be patient with you guys, because there's many times. I mean, you guys must have seen me, heard me like 100 times already. Just repeat things over and over again, like prices in a range. You come back in the range, you gotta ask yourself what the fuck you doing back in the range. You got consolidation, breakout, retest, expansion. These are the things I talk about over and over again. And I don't mind repeating myself 1,000 times, as I'm that one person who doesn't understand it for 999 times, understood it on the 1,000th time. If you understood it on the 1,000th time, I've done my job. I can go to bed happy with who I am. I know I made a difference to someone else. And that's all I give a shit about. You know, that's me. So, and I'm very raw on YouTube. I'm fucking raw. Like, bruv, like I'm here swearing the fuck out of everything, right? I'm saying fuck this, fuck that, you know, motherfucker this, bullshit this and that. Like, I'm raw. What you see is what you get. In real life, this is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fucked up guy in the head, right? That's me. I know I'm fucked up. I would always say that. Like, if anyone's got, like, say, like, who wanted to take the rip out, you know, like, if anyone here in this chat or on Twitter who wants to go for a diss battle, let's fucking do it. You're picking the fight with the wrong guy. I ain't gonna lie to you. You really are picking the fight with the wrong guy. But I'm happy to do that. But, you know, end of the day, I'm here to help you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you guys come in every single day. I said this yesterday night as well. I'm like, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. I really wouldn't be here. Like, I remember when I was on the In It for the Tech channel as well. I was getting like 6 views. Some of you guys will remember that. I was getting 6 views like live, and to many people, it was very disheartening. And I know one particular individual was saying to me like, "Oh yeah, like it's not a lot, this and that. Just keep doing it, keep doing it." Bro, shut the fuck up. I know. I'm doing it, right? And I don't care about having 1,000 views. I'm not about that guy. Like, I like 1,000 views. Don't get me wrong. I like 1,000 people that should be on the chat and just chat and stuff like that. But I can't get intimate with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you guys are like, it's small right now, right? And I don't know if it will ever grow big to like 100,000 subs. I would love to, because in my head I'm gonna make it there. But right now we have like a small number of people. It's very manageable. So I can actually ask, you know, when you ask questions, I can respond to you. You know, and that's what I like doing. It gives me that moment that me and you on a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Bless you, Jane. Thank you so much for that. Any more questions before we call it a timeout? Zdenek, how's it going, brother? There's a way you said it, had to say the name. Happy Monday, brother. Any other questions before I head out? Call it a day then. And but yeah, plans are set. You know how it is. And tomorrow we'll have a look at what's going on, and we go from there. Until then, any chance you can look at wait for this. Okay, so we're just waiting for this consolidation here. I'm just waiting for this area here. Show me a sign. You know, like when Britney Spears says, "Show me a sign, hit me, baby, one more time." That's what I want to see. Break out of it, do its thing, like break out of it, do its thing, and then decide to come back down or decide to go back up. We'll see. We'll play it level to level, and we got our trade. We got our triggers, our views. We know what we're looking for. We're just playing this level to level. We're seeing how this mid range reacts. All right. One second. Let me do that. We're seeing how this mid-range react. This mid-range is important. Do we break down, come back down, or do we come back up? And I did say I wouldn't trade in this area. I look to trade in this area, this blue box. That's when I'll be like playing to this level, well, mid-range to range high, hold above it. Let's fucking send it and let's go, right? Or if we break down, and also if we come back into it, come into the blue box, breaks down, right, and show me, you know, it's market structure bearish, then I'll be like, alright, cool. But now that'll be like my trigger to go low, we're going to be taking out these lows here, going up to here and here, and so forth and so forth, right? I will look at Atom another day, if that's all right. I'm going to call it a day, to be honest, because we're doing this for like an hour and 25 minutes now. But yeah, plans are there for both Ethereum and BTC, and hopefully we make something out of it, right? So appreciate you guys actually being here, and thank you so much for actually attending, and I'll catch you guys soon, right? Take care, guys. Look after yourself. Happy Monday.